Party people, first of all, thank you to those who kept everything going in the train today. All right, so we have news after hours here that the U.S. has been downgraded by Fitch or their long-term credit rating to AA plus from AAA. Okay, that's that. Now, still again, I mean, that doesn't show it, but the 5-minute shows it. Still above the upper trend line. But this, my dear friends, could, unless this bounces back, I don't see us going to 462 before 452. And, again, today clearly was a really range bound day. However, let me just show you. There was a 180% SPY 0 DTE move. Had you bought 457s here at the retest of this early morning low, you could have rode it all the way up here for 180%. Now, many of us would probably have it checked out right here, but still, that was the move of the day. SPY coming back here? Yes, it is. Of course it is. I actually have ES opening higher than today's close, so we'll see. But that 452, obviously, with this event is likely to print before any 462s. So again, this might have been last week and we're heading straight down. I don't know, this market is really tricky right now, so stay light. Do not sit in any calls. Again, you're better off doing a 0 DTE scalp and literally committing to, I'm going to take this trade, I'm going to be in it for half an hour max, and if it doesn't pan out, I'm going to cut it no matter what, but I'm not staying in more. With that mindset, you'll be able to play this, because right now all the market makers are doing is collecting back money that they had to hand out this summer. So obviously here you can see this down or uptrend line was very strong again, as it's been all summer long. What am I talking about? I'm of course talking about this line. Now we're coming into a decision point here very soon. By Thursday we're gonna be out of this triangle one way or another. And honestly, for the market here, if it is to not completely dump, which is highly likely at this point, Apple needs to beat like it hasn't beaten before. Now again, if you go to your broker, you can see, or maybe even here on TradingView, you can see that the estimate is really low. Okay, it's really low compared to prior earnings. But again, just let me showcase to you what Apple does, right? So here you have Apple. It can literally go on anything after earnings. Okay, here even a miss, I remember we played this whole candle. I remember us playing this whole move. So with that said, obviously Apple is so freaking top heavy. It should come down. It should come down to 186. Will it do it? I don't know. Okay. We will see. Now, I didn't play AMD because the dark pool was not supporting the move. Obviously, they, guided all night long. So it's up. I would have taken 125 calls. They'll probably print nicely in the morning. I just wasn't comfortable playing it. And that initial move, I was glad I didn't, but obviously it came up quite nice. Not that Starbucks had the best setup, but it seemed like a safer play. I like the stow here. I like that it's got 1, 2, 3 inside days. The China numbers on it was pretty good. They lost a little on revenue. Nothing huge for Starbucks though, and you can see it didn't dump. It has had the history of Starbucks earnings is if it's bad, it freaking dumps $10. But I'm pretty surprised to see it hold in here. Quite nice. So that's why I took September, and I'm in literally where am I in? I'm in here, so I'm like $1 off on September calls. Nothing big. I played it pretty small, so I'm not worried about that. Either I cut him or I hold him, whichever. I am interested in Shop tomorrow. Hood, obviously. I know Cathy Wood sold, but it's got great DP. I'll show you in a little bit. PayPal, I'm interested in what a move down, and then the dark pool was up here all day. Unity, I'm also interested in. If you swung AI calls with me, they hit 160% today. I'm still holding some at like 140. That was the play of the day, with the exception of Cat, which obviously was absolutely marvelous. But then today was one of those days where the indices do nothing and you got some serious action on the shitty stocks. I mean, Carvana today, giant move. UPST probably too. Which is pretty crazy that it's in the 70s and we started playing it, down here in the 24s. I remember we jumped on, and June here was just epic, except for that when we had that 1 week pullback. What a stock. Here's the gap. It's gonna close the gap, and then it's going to hopefully consolidate for a while, because again, it's got plenty of levels to hit. And will it go to 102? Yeah, it will, absolutely. But the big stocks, they're just dead in the water after being pumped so hard, and that's why the indices are doing what they're doing. So right now they're playing these individual stocks. They'll pump them up, make some money on the day, but yeah, not the best setups here. All right, so we're coming back a little bit here. We're at 455.47. All right, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Something needs to, if anything with this credit thing can happen, anything can happen here for us to go higher. I would focus. Oof, man, this was not pretty. What a shocker. I would focus on these individual stocks, and then tomorrow, same thing for me. I am going to let Doug know the levels for the day, and then I'm going to be playing earnings, whatever looks good to me, or I'll just play all of them and then be back Thursday. The tick, let's see, pretty tight on the day. Yeah, closed positive. Again, as I've been saying, look, oh man, US 10 year. I hate when TradingView does that. So we're over 4 here. This is a big problem. Okay, we're way above where we need to be. And as soon, I mean, you know, I had this magic line here for a reason. And as soon as we crossed it, the market's just been absolute dog shit, right? Okay, so it's been really bad, and unless this is smacked down soon, this market, I mean, if it goes over these these July highs here, it's not gonna be good in any way, shape or form for the market. It needs to go down. If it goes above this, not only will it be bad for the market, the economy is going to be absolutely screwed, and now we're back. Once it goes above here, we're back into like full collapse territory, which would surprise me why the market has been pumping so hard, so that these 1%ers can get theirs and get out pretty much. You got oil at 82. Okay, wonderful. We're still up here. I would like another attempt at this trend line and then get the sell, but that might already be in. Voldy red today. IWM not so pretty today, which that's EMPH. Jesus Christ, why does it do this? Still not very pretty today. So yeah, it's these individual stocks. I mean, I would think that after these earnings this week, we are very much due for a pullback. Yellen right now is saying that she strongly disagrees with Fitch Ratings decision on US, and Yellen calls Fitch downgrade arbitrary and outdated. Okay, glad I'm mostly cash, even though I took those 447s. We'll see if we get there tomorrow or not. Looks pretty shitty. So that's where we are. I mean, look, the chart hasn't been wrong per se, but the moves are after hours, right? So you have this whole range here that we've been unable to break out of since, I mean, it goes back a while. It goes back all the way to, July 18th. I mean, this range is no joke. So it's either going to, in the next 2 days, break down or fly, and it can do both. I would like this to go up and then absolutely crater. But clearly they're making moves after hours. So again, be very light. There's no point in sitting in the chop. And again, if you're scalping this, make sure you have your levels in. And when you see something like this on the D4, and you get an ideal BB buy, and the MACD is crossed, then you can take a trade. Other than that, don't be sitting in this. This is not a time to be swinging. Clearly, this is after hours news, so the sell might be on, and then we might even get a save by Apple that then afterwards dump. So there's gonna be plenty of market left in this year and next year and the year after that. The market doesn't know what it needs to do. The market makers are probably trying to figure out how they're gonna get out of their positions with leaving us the bag. So be very, very careful. Man, this is going to send Tesla down big time. SPY too. I mean, I think tech's gonna take a beating here. AMD up nicely though. So we'll see. I'm focusing on these earnings tomorrow. If I play them. Ooh. See, I told you Starbucks. If it holds, it can get some action. I would not be surprised to see this at 105 if the market can turn around. That's pretty awesome. Okay, cool. My DP was right. Biden admin is again delaying a replenishment of the SPR after deciding the offers it received were too expensive. All right, it's getting interesting, huh? Now if some shit goes down, we have no oil reserves. Man. Pretty lit. Namo looks good. Alright, anyways, guys. I'm looking into a few things I want to add to the Discord to make it better for everyone. I have this idea. I haven't found anyone that does it yet. Not that I'm the best coder in the world, but I'm looking to integrate, or you know the word I'm trying to say. I'm trying to add a few things to the train as far as catching some of these random moves on things. So I'll be looking into that while we chop as well, and while I deal with family stuff. And then, ooh, Europe was ugly today. What did HSI do yesterday? Red too. Interesting. This credit thing is, this rating thing is not good. You know now a hike is coming. I would like to see a exit liquidity move. We might not get it. We might just be selling. I mean, we knew we are getting 452 this week. We're just hoping it would be after Apple, but looks like tomorrow we are going to probably open around here. So we'll see. Might be worth it to buy the dip or not. All right, love you guys. Thursday I'll be back again, and Friday especially. So, but I'll be looking in the chat if you have any questions. All right, God bless. Love yourself. Love your family.